We would go to page 6 and 7 of the manual, and you would look at the cardiovascular health goals. The health goals on the left are usually more focused and more important. So, for example, if you identify that someone's got high blood pressure, you would have a discussion with them on that goal. What I normally do is I would sit down with the patient and I'd show them the cardiovascular health goals and see which ones they choose, or which they feel that they would like to work on. However, if I feel that blood pressure is more needed at that time, I would suggest maybe thinking about setting that as a goal. So if we was to choose lowering blood pressure, first of all I would ask the patient what do they know about high blood pressure? How do they manage that condition? Are they aware of the medication that they take for it? Are they taking it regularly? What is their diet like? Are they exercising? So I'd go through all those steps and I'd explore each step with the patient to get an understanding of how they're managing their condition currently. I think it's really important to keep the patient engaged in the intervention. I think you've got to work with what's at their pace, what's right for them. And even though you might think that it would be much better for them to work on a different cardiovascular goal, if they want to choose something that works for them, then you work with that. You have to encourage everybody quite a lot to keep them engaged. I think what you come to a point in the programme, usually midway, where if somebody's not keeping up with the goal, then they might start to kind of drop off. So it might take scaling back the goal a little bit. So for example, if they're trying to reduce their alcohol intake and they're not actually achieving their goal, then maybe step it back a little bit or work with them where they're at. I had a patient who had high blood pressure. He was prescribed 2 hypertensive medications, but he also had a problem with alcohol. And his main goal was really to reduce his alcohol use, but he was also not taking his medication as he should, so he was only taking 1 of the tablets per day. So we worked with both goals on that particular occasion. He did manage to start taking his medication regularly, so he was taking both of them correctly, and his blood pressure improved. However, with the alcohol use, that became a little bit more of a challenge. So you would give them my healthcare plan, and you would go to my behavioural goal, and you would break it down with them, and you'd ask them what their goal is, and ideally you'd get them to write in their booklet what the goal is, why they've chose this goal, where and when they're going to do it, how long for, and if they're going to be supported with somebody, with whom, and what could also help them to achieve their goal. I think it's really important to be mindful that some people, English might not be their first language. They may not write or read, so it's important to get that understanding. Some people might not want to keep a record of this, so it's about thinking with the person what would help them to remember to keep to the goal. In the past, what I've done, if somebody's not able to write in or to record their goal, is I would possibly get them to write a cross on the days that they didn't do their goal, or a Y on the days as a yes on the days that they did do their goal. I'm currently working with one lady who chose to lose weight as a target goal. So to help her to attend the gym 3 times weekly, she took her children with her, teenage children, and so she'd been going to the gym. So at each appointment we would still monitor her blood pressure. It was a request from the GP, and her blood pressure was always raised and high, despite the fact that she was taking blood pressure medication. What was happening with her blood pressure is that she wasn't taking the medication as she should. So ideally she should be taking it in the morning, breakfast time, but she wasn't taking it until the afternoon after she'd eaten because it was causing her stomach problems. So that took a little bit of work, but now, currently where she's at, she's now taking the medication at the right time in the morning. Her blood pressure readings are really good, and she's continuing to go to the gym.
Activity. Case study based on this video. Ali is a 52-year-old man. He lives at home alone and has a part-time job in a clothes shop. Ali has a diagnosis of schizophrenia and has been hospitalised 4 times for mental health support. During one of these admissions, Ali was given clozapine, an antipsychotic medication, which has helped his mental health stabilise. He has been on this medication for 2 years. Ali drinks up to 2 beers a day and smokes 10 cigarettes a day. Ali's mother and father both experienced high blood pressure, and Ali's mother died of a heart attack aged 63. Ali's blood pressure is 136/90. His BMI is 28, and his cholesterol is 7. Ali is interested in losing weight, but explains that he has very little energy and often feels hungry. As well as taking clozapine 300 milligrams at night, Ali also takes hyoscine 300 micrograms twice a day. First, summarise Ali's cardiovascular health status. Next, based on Ali's health status and his stated priorities, use the UCLP-Primrose Cardiovascular Goals flowchart to identify and write down which cardiovascular health goals might be most appropriate.